There are two options for starting Kanchenjunga trekking. One option is to drive from Kathmandu to Itahari and then to Suketar by bus and jeep. It takes 2 days to get to the trek start point. Another famous and convenient option is to take a short flight from Kathmandu to Suketar airport, making a transit flight at Nepalganj. The second option is recommended, but some trekkers also take helicopter to the Kanchenjunga trekking start point. Trekking along the less crowded trail of Kanchenjunga, we'll walk on the suspension bridges to cross numerous rivers, local villages with traditional life, simple people with smiling faces, and sometimes you will witness the traditional practice in some villages. Trail in the beginning are well maintained as this part of the trail are used by local as well. Once you get to Gunsa, above this village, the trail is not well as before. Most of the trail above Gunsa are used by trekkers only. Today, the trail crosses on a suspension bridge just above the confluence with Gunsa stream. On the east side of the river, you will see the village of Helok. From the suspension bridge, it's a short walk along the steep and narrow Gunsa valley to the Sakathum village. This village has a helipad and some tea shops. About 6 hours trekking from Sakathum to Amjilosa starts on a narrow trail that winds along the north bank of the river. After a few ups and downs beside the river, you will reach some stone steps. You can see waterfall and get to the small village. Here, the inclined trail becomes gentle and you follow an exposed trail above steep grassy slopes at 2,530 meters. Finally, the trail descends to Amjilosa. Amjilosa is a Tibetan village with several tea houses and campsites. Around 5 hours trekking from Amjilosa to Gabla starts with climb along the Gunsa valley. You will feel the mountains are getting closer as you climb to the flat ridge. Forest of bamboo, rhododendron and brown oaks along with waterfalls are attraction of the day. Gabla is also called Chapla or Kapra. You will feel the mountains are getting closer as you climb to the flat ridge. Around 7 hours from Gabla to Gunsa, it starts with a steep drop followed by an easy level stage passing through rhododendron and fir forest along the river bank. It takes all morning to trek to the Fole. Here you visit small wooden gompa, contains several old statues and cloth painting brought from Tibet. Above Fole, the valley widens and Gunsa is the largest village on the trek, which has Buddhist prayer flags flutter over the rooftops. Acclimatization day at Gunsa is mandatory, as Gunsa is at an altitude of 3,595 meters. One more day in Gunsa to reduce the risks of AMS on later stage of the trek is essential. On a free day at Gunsa, you can hike along the trail to Lapsangla, following the Amtari stream of Amtari Glacial Lake. Or you can stroll up to the Fading Gumpa above the village. 6 hours walk from Gunsa to Kambachen is along the hillside, which becomes increasingly barren as you climb along the valley. Take it slowly at the landslide. After landslide, the trail climbs gradually and then drops down to Kambachen village. 5 hours trekking from Kambachen to Lonak starts after leaving Kambachen village and enters a deserted landscape marked by the hanging glaciers. Today you are advised to wear your proper windy stoppers, as chill winds are common. Above Ramtang, the trail runs along the lateral moraine of Kanchenjunga Glacier, following the north bank of the river to the wooden bridge. After Lonak Glacier, you will soon arrive at the Lonak village that sits beside an open sandy plain. The views from here are awesome in every direction. takes 4 hours to trek from Lonak to Pangpema. Today is main day of the trekking to Kanchenjunga North Base Camp at Pangpema. Pangpema is the flat, grassy north base camp of Kanchenjunga. After reaching Pangpema, you climb ridge of its north direction from where you can have panoramic view of Kanchenjunga, Table Sikar, Gimigela Churi, Pyramid Peak, and Kirat Churi to the east. Short trek from Kambachen to Gunsa, we trek back along the familiar trail. It takes 6 hours to trek from Gunsa to Selele, and this route is famous for spotting snow leopards. It is a steep uphill trek to Selele, and this part is not inhabited by locals. In Selele, there are small tea houses made up of stone similar to the one we saw in Lonhaka and Pangpeiman. Trekking from Selele to Sharam is around 7 hours. Trekking from Selele to Sharam is around 7 hours, which passes along 5 high passes, first Damola, then Selila, then Sinyonla, and then Mirginla, and finally the Sinilapchila. All of them are above 4,000 meters. After these passes, you drop down to meet the Kanchenjunga South Trail at Sharam. There is another route to link the North and South Trail through Lapsangla as well. Lapsangla stands at 5,160 meters, but this path is much more serious and tough than the trail of Selila and Mirginla. Today we head towards South Base Camp, also known as Oktam Base Camp Trail, passes by Alung Glacier. The Kanchenjunga South Base Camp offers the southern face of mighty Kanchenjunga, Dwathong, Kakthang, and Kabru, and many more mountains. It takes approx 7 hours to trek back to Sharam. In the beginning of the trek, the meadow in the settlement have the best combination to make feel the Ramche village like a heaven. Today we will be trekking an easy downhill, the trail through the dense rhododendron and pine forest, and we will pass through Torton, which is at 3080 meters above the sea level. Trekking from Ampudin to Pompe takes around 6 hours. The trail follows Kabeli River after crossing Suspension Bridge and get down to Mamanke village. Leaving Mamanke, trek down to Kakeshewa. Trekking from Phumfe to Kunjari takes around 5 hours. It is one ascent to 150 meters, then descend to Angpang, passing through forest and large waterfall. That makes the day interesting before going down all the way to Kundari. Trekking from Kunjari to Suketar is around 7 to 8 hours, and today is pretty long in the last day of Kanchenjunga Basecamp Trek.